Emurobome. Indeed, Igom. That's my grandmother's name. Because for me, that's my money so road. Idolor. So, but just for brief, we just say Professor Emurobome. Idolor.
What's the meaning of Idolor?
Idolor is not just wealth, but is something ornamental, something precious. That's what we call Idolor. So maybe my father was seen as a precious child. I don't know when he was born, and then they gave him Idolor, precious. That money has come to take the front role of many things today. So they see that, they think that okay, why don't we refer to this front line thing as Idolor, which is money. So if you ask the ordinary man on the street, he will tell you Idolor means money, but actually it is something precious. That is it. Yes. I was born in Ogedi-Elume. Ogedi-Elume is in Sapele local government area. It's a village, I would say, but somehow we're privileged to have the missionaries coming to the place as early as 1916. That some of us now had the privilege of going to school, especially those whose parents have that vision to train their children in school. So then we had this Baptist church in my village, far back 1916. They established the primary school there in 1980 and also established a modern school, Baptist modern school in those days, 1957, 90 something. So some people in my village who had the vision, ambition to read, seized this opportunity to gain some level of academic call it advantage. But growing up is like every other child in the village, going to the farm with your parents, doing some fishing, subsistent for that matter, not all these commercial ones, brushing, doing some little livestock rearing, like this hen, goats, sheep, and so on in the village. So we grew up under that situation, and well, like I told you, we had a primary school, and my father insisted, ensured in fact, that all his children had formal education. So indeed he worked very hard. My father sojourned in Ekiti from the 1940s, if not for the Civil War. It was the Civil War that brought him back in 1966. When there was this Nigerian Civil War or something, and he felt he doesn't want to lose his entire family to uncertainty. Uncertainty in the sense that not everybody in the community will love you. Somebody can say that is Nyamere, and the soldiers will just come and leave everybody without asking questions. So for that reason, just let me go. So he came back with his 4 wives and those of us, the children.
From Ekiti?
From Ekiti, yes. From Ikoro, Ekiti. That was 1966.
When we were born?
I was born here.
In your community?
Yes, in my community. And then we now sojourned.
Okay.
Sojourned there. Actually, I was not so much there because my elder sister, who also had this opportunity of formal education, was a teacher here in Ibeleku. Ibeleku is in Ibeleku government area here. So my father said, this boy is too young to be trekking from, because these villages, they are camps actually. It's just a village, a camp of only my father and the wives and the children. And so for you to be trekking from that place to the town early in the morning, there's no village in between. It is risky. And those were the eras of what they call Bomo in Ekiti then. Because you can just be stolen and nobody will know. Your father will think that you have gone to school. And the teacher will think you didn't come to school today. So for that reason, my father now said, go back home and stay with your elder sister. So I stayed with my elder sister till 1966. And when my father came, I joined the village. Yes. Good mistake in education. Oh, well, I started primary school in my village in 1963, finished 68, entered secondary school 1970, that Baptist High School, Eku, 1970, and finished 1974. Then I took up a teaching appointment, and that teaching appointment is what we call auxiliary teachers in those days. That is, you are not a trained teacher, because I did not attend a teacher's training. So by around 1976-7, they were now threatening us that those of us who were not trained teachers would be retrenched. So I now went to Nana Teachers College just for 1 year. We call it pivotal course, because since we have done all the normal secondary things, so we did all the education and everything just under 1 year, and I finished 79 from Nana Teachers College. By 1981, I found myself, I gained admission into University of Nigeria, Nsukka, to read music. And I finished the diploma in 1983, entered for the degree 1984, 83-84 session, and finished 86. Then by 86, one of my brothers and very good friend, who was lecturing in the College of Education, Warri. Okay, that's a work aspect. So let me leave the work aspect first. So by 87, I finished in 86. Because I was too old to go for the youth service, I was given an exemption. So by 87 March, I was employed in College of Education, Music Department, College of Education, Agbo. And I just went for my master degree in 88 and finished 89. No, 87 and finished 89. That's a master degree in educational administration. This one not music now. So educational administration. Actually, I wanted to come here in the then Bender State University, Bender State University Africa campus, but they were saying that they needed only master degree people to do this, and they don't need only first degree to come here.
Yes.
I said okay. Since here is a faculty of education, I now went for a pure master degree in educational administration. I finished in 89. By 90, I got the job in the Bender State University here with that master degree. So I was here and I was studying the terrain, and they were saying it is where you have your highest qualification, that is your department, that's where you go. And I checked myself, I looked at myself, where do I want? I know my highest degree now is in education, and my teaching subject is first degree. The music is in first degree. So where do I want to be? I look at this, that's why I told myself, how many people have made names in education? When I counted them, it's too many. From other professor, one now, the professor Fafunwa, all these big names in work and the rest of them. I said, for somebody to make them to take time here in education, let me go to my first degree area. I decided to go for another master degree. in music. So that was in 1990. Then by 1993, I finished that master degree. Then I was not comfortable that at least I have a master degree in music now, so I can remain in my music department and not take me to faculty of education. Then by 1995, I now got admission into Ibadan, University of Ibadan, to read music. Actually, I met 1, 2, 3 people there who have been in the system, but as students. But well, the Bible says that the race is not for the swiftest, but God ordered it all. And I was able to work very hard, indeed very hard. And I completed the PhD program in music in 2001. And by 2001, no university in Nigeria, indeed that very department, has not graduated any PhD person in music. I became the first person to have a PhD degree in music from Ibadan, and no other university in this country has started even a PhD. Even if they have started, nobody has graduated.
So who are your lecturers?
Oh, you mean at Ibadan or at where? At Usuka? In Ibadan. Ibadan, I had my mommy, colleague, Professor, and Mrs. BBDK.
Of music too.
Of music. Because you cannot be taught, somebody cannot be your
she had a PhD outside the shop.
Yes, in Los Angeles.
Okay.
You got it in, what do they call this place now? University of California in Los Angeles. That's where she had it. No, people had gotten their PhDs before, but all of them read abroad. But I'm the first to have a PhD from a Nigerian university. So that is the stake. That's what or the take on my academic career. So like I was telling you, first to have a PhD in music from a Nigerian university, and also first to become a professor of music in the whole of Delta State. And actually I'm not Burma by every standard. And even here, you enter this town, this Abraka, and you just say, I miss my will, I'm just looking for any open man that can assist me. Before they will count 1, 2, 3 people, they must count me. Because I have not hidden myself as an open man. Anywhere I found myself. I remembered when I got a job in Agbo. I had to form people's call it any social club, just for us to know ourselves in the town. And we never knew there were some people in the town. Like our population was up to 12. And that is not exhaustive at all, because I know there will be more than that in there. But those people, that's to tell you, that's just the beginning. And indeed, when I came here to Delsu in 1990, they said there was an association, a National Association of Football Students, but it has gone moribund. And I said, you have to revive it. I had to revive it. And I stood and they revived it. And they did it today. The association is on, and I'm the patron since that time till now. If you see the almanac up there, you'll find me in it. And they've given me so many awards from time to time, both the local and the national, but because of my interest in them. Because again, I still feel that if you don't catch them young now in this university environment, when they eventually graduate, they may not even know home. One time we had to organize a trip to the palace for the students on campus, and they took about 2 buses and they went to the palace, because we told you already that we are coming with the students. Said, come, pay them. And they got there. Yes, I think then. And they were asking questions on history, questions on different parts of types of culture and everything. But those things that you asked the other time. And Yoroge took time. In fact, Yoroge was not even there alone. He was there with about 3-4 chiefs that were there to even still assist him in answering some of the questions. And the students were excited. In fact, when they went on holidays and they returned, one of them came to tell me, told the father that he went to the said, my son, we went to Palace. Because some of them live in Kano, some are in Kaduna, some are in Lagos. Those people have never even been to the palace before. How much more seen the already? So he went to see. I've not even seen him all my life. How did he make? I told this story. And so no, we are trying to build the nation. We are trying to build the open nation through these students that are here. And even after I reactivated that. We reactivated the Okwe group in town here. Reactivated the Okwe group in town. With that, at the time I was secretary, at the time I was president, and so on. I protruted out, but I'm still a member of that group till today. If you go to the village many years ago, we're part of the elders. That's like people who are married. So you constitute the membership of the leadership of the town, and those of us who were very young, they will make us the livestock caretakers. We take care of the pigs and the goats that belong to the village, not individuals. So we are smart enough to pursue the very young pigs and give them marks, because every village has a mark. Either you cut and tear, or you just cut, or you bore hole beside the ear of the pig, for you to I was part of all that. Call it economic advantage to the community. We all did that before we actually left for the apostles. And when we got to this level, several times I've been invited to give talks, because when you're in academics, they always want to involve you in that area. Come and talk to us about this, talk about the economics, about the culture, about the history, about that, women, something. So if you look at that, you will see very many keynote addresses and public lectures that are given to our people. Perhaps this will help to set their priorities. All right, because sometimes before we do our writings, we do a lot of consultations. We see how these things have been done in other countries and how they have succeeded in it. So all these public lectures I'm given. But there was a time we felt that just having the Open Union in Lagos is not embracing enough. Let us have it at home, because it looks like a diasporan association. Why Lagos? So we decided to form one in Sapele local government area. We told them we want to have a branch here. And because of the role I also played in establishing it, they made me the first chairman of the branch here in Sapele. And we really worked. For the 4 years we worked. We worked so assiduously, and we told the headquarters, the days that our fathers established it, yes, they were in Lagos, but now the problem is at home. The problem is now at home. They are talking about the equity of distribution of amenities. You are in Lagos, how do you fight it? Your state government is not in Lagos, it's here. Even your federal government is not even in Lagos, it's in Abuja. So please, let us move this thing. There was so much resistance anyway, but I felt, and many of us felt that this is what we must do. And by 2016, we had to move the headquarters from Lagos to Emurobome. So that is where the Open Union now is. The other one rotated out recently after 4 years. 2016 to 2020, and I now came in as the present President General of Okbe Union. Then besides that, like I mentioned it the other time, Yoroge felt I should also, though by 2009, he said we want to work on the progress of formal education in the land. And so there was a big seminar colloquium that was held. Many people came to present papers. Indeed, I was one of the discussants of the papers that were presented. And by that, the Yoroge now appointed me a member of the Dogu Education Committee. And Professor Yorai Samu Yorai was our chairman. Like I told you, it's an Dogu committee. And he's a chief, you know. So was chairman and we worked with him. And by 2019, the original said, Professor Idolor, you take over the chairmanship of the Dogu Education Committee, which I saw as a kind of unmerited, but it's a favor. It's a grace because it's supposed to have been given to a chief other than myself. So those are some of the things that one has done to ensure that there is progress. You may not. I wrote a book which I published last year on openness, the pronunciation guides and concepts. About 6,000 openings. The very fat book of 392 pages that I wrote. All these ones are my one's contribution towards the quality, the progress, quality, the advancement of the kingdom. Many people we are losing. Many people are. Well, let me say we are losing our identity with your name. if your name is in another culture, I know my elder sister's name is Bosse. If you get to a place and say my name is Bosse, they will just say that you are a Yoruba person. That is it. So over the years we have lost so much identity, and I felt that it is an area that we should visit. And I felt I should make that contribution towards the Open Kingdom. 6,000 names. In fact, I gave copies to the Department of Linguistics, and one of the professors said that she started this thing many years ago and she abandoned it because it was taking so much time and money in the research. And look at me in music doing a linguistic work because of the concern. And I feel this is a good thing for the Yoruba people in this line. And so many other things, like I told you, we cannot tell all that we have done. Over here, we've helped many people through admissions into the university, little ones, the parents we run, please, I want admission for my child. The little best we do, we push to get them admitted. Sometimes jobs, can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people I have assisted to get job in this place. And other places too, not just be here. Any place I know that there is an opening and I have maybe an inroad, I have somebody I can speak to, please help with the admission or the employment or so. These are some of the things that we have done for the Open Kingdom, and we are still doing.
How often do you visit your village now?
How often? Oh, I think I visit them almost every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks I visit my village. And if you talk of Emurobome, it's every week. Sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times a week. Because of
Can you tell us your contributions to peace?
To peace.
In your community and Emurobome.
Oh, the Emurobome. Well, in terms of peace, actually, most of the things that happen in the village are more of all these land disputes and I would say encroachments I know some years ago, sorry, I cannot, let me say about 5 years ago, I will give you 2015, I think so, about 2014 or 2015. I learned that the town was split. The village was split into one saying, this is my land, this is my father's land, so you cannot, it cannot be centralized. It cannot be centralized. A group is talking about decentralization. That is putting all the lands together so that if there is any case tomorrow, it is the central body that will defend in the court and not the individual family. That because the individual family is possible to lose, it's possible to lose some cases for maybe want of money or getting a viable lawyer that will handle your case. So the central body wants to handle it, and the other people are saying no. So it was a big thing, and before I knew, they were already in court. And it was causing a lot of disharmony in the village. In fact, fighting, nobody wants to hear each other. I learned about it, and I went to the village. I called them. I said, this is it. And I said, how do we, I don't want this case to be decided in the court. I want us to resolve it here. So we came to a conclusion. We agreed on what should be done. Certainly, nobody gets it 100%. So sometimes you lose a little, you lose a little. But in the end, we were able to settle the matter, and the matter was withdrawn from the court. From the court to this. And then, even if you look at the case of the Okpe Union that is on ground now, maybe you may not have the details, but it's also an issue of peace. Actually, when the Okpe Union, when we moved it here, NEC was put in place. That's National Executive Council was put in place. But within the NEC, there was fracas. In fact, the whole thing was torn into two different parties. And each was bent on pushing the other away. And because of the experiences we are hearing around of some other ethnic groups, the Oroge didn't want parallel presidents. That this one will organize an AGA and will come up with a president, this one will organize an AGA and come up with a president. So the Oroge decided to dissolve the INEC and put us there for peace. So the role we are playing actually right now is the one of peace, that by say next year, by next 2 years, because we're given 2 years and we have started, then we put in place an elected officers that will run the Okpe Union. So we are playing the role of peace for the Okpe nation by our way.
You've been in this university now for close to 30 years.
Yes.
35 years now.
Yes, about 30 years.
Okay.
1990.
So not we are looking to peace, although by the processes and the system of the university, it's not a peaceful environment. Has there been a time where you had cause to wade into some very important key conflicts, either at mental level, the faculty level?
Well, our system is so let me say very scientific. Well, like I said, the university environment is very scientific and made up of people who are also enlightened. they know what to do. And so sometimes the issue of conflicts is reduced, highly reduced. We can have elections. You have elections. When you win, in fact you win. Even if you lose, you don't do this, you do other affair. Recently we had the interview for how many people contested for the post of the vice chancellor of the university. Very many. I'm sure they should be up to 50. One person won, and that is all. Nobody went to court. So no conflict. So even those people who lost didn't see it as a do or die thing. I lost. Sorry. So it makes the place relatively peaceful. Departmental level, yes, you do your job when you're supposed to do it. So you don't get queries or what will make you to be offended or begin to attack people for what. The system is such that I just love the university system. It's especially the lecturing system. You can become a VC tomorrow. When you finish your position, your service as a VC, you come back to the classroom. Just like you are beginning. So you are not going to stay there forever, and somebody will be finding a way to remove you. No, you have a tenure. Once that tenure is over, you live there. So I'm sure these ones help to bring peace to the system, and that for the individual to say you walk about peace. Well, we have served in different committees in the university, especially Senate committees in the university. I am in 2 committees right now, and one, some students who were screened qualified at entry, and when they were graduating, maybe they were found that either the certificate they brought in is not accepted by the university or one thing or the other. So, our job is to go in there and bring about peace, justice to the system, so that nobody, whether the university or the student gets aggrieved over such things. So that is exactly what we do to keep the system moving, and that there is peace between staff and students, between academic staff and non-teaching staff. We do our jobs.
So today, of course, you have a wife, definitely.
Yes.
A wife or wives, as an option.
Yes.
Just one wife or wives.
I have wives. Yes.
So, and children also.
Yes.
And we are done with this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
I did great.
Thank you.